Welcome. Over the past years, Amazon has been really kind of shifting their focus to really cater towards the professional photographer by offering almost pro level gear at consumer level prices. I've been buying photography gear that way, literally 3, 4 years. But today, I've decided it's Father's Day. By the way, happy Father's Day. If you're a father or if you have a father, happy Father's Day to you and them. Today, I'm talking about literally things that the pro photographer needs and is available on Amazon and is super, super easy to get, relatively cheap, and they ship it to your door. All the stuff that I'm going to be mentioning today, I'm going to make an itemized link list, but there is a master link list that you can look at right now in the video description that you're watching. So, if you're in the US or wherever, if you're not in Canada, the links that you're going to click will switch you to whatever country your store is, and then you can buy that way if you need to buy anything on this list. So, today, amazing Amazon finds for the professional photographer. The first we're going to call this an essential. Most of these things, most, if not all of these things, I would say are essentials. You need everything on this list. And if you don't have this exact thing, you need a version of it. The first thing that I'm going to say is this right here, which is an SSD drive. This is a SanDisk SSD drive. You can get them up to 4 terabytes. They're relatively quick. Now, the reason that this SSD drive is so important and why you need to have one is the fast data transfer. This is like the fastest USB key you've ever seen. And imagine, this is a terabyte. Back in the day, obviously, our hard drives look like this. You can see I have hard drives here. That's when I'm archiving photography. But when I'm doing a mobile shoot, I'm using my laptop. I plug this via USB-C into my laptop, and that's where, when I'm tethering, the files go to when I shoot video. All of my video is edited off an SSD drive. If anybody's tried to ever edit video on a regular spinning hard drive and it got and it and it and it on the playback, the reason is because you're trying to edit off a spinning drive. SSDs, most computers nowadays have SSDs built in, but you can also use SSD for your external storage. And the other reason that you have to do this is because you can put this in an envelope and ship it. You can throw it down the stairs. Like, you don't have to worry about your data. It's protected. So SSD is the first thing on this Amazon must-have list. The price of these have come down dramatically. When I bought my 1 terabyte, it was 180. It's right now 129. So again, something to think about. That's the first thing on this list. By the way, thank you, Jason, for saying Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Vicky, for saying Happy Father's Day. I appreciate you both. I spoke to my children this morning. They are with their grandpa, and it's very, very special and beautiful that they're with their grandpa today. I won't get into the reasons, but I spoke to them this morning, and they're spending Father's Day with their mom's dad, which is really kind of beautiful. All right, that's the first thing that you absolutely have to have is an SSD drive. Let's get into number 2. The next thing that I think that if you don't have this already, it definitely should be on your list of something to get like tomorrow. Let me just see. I might not even have added this on this list, but let me just LG 4K monitor. If you don't have a 4K monitor, 4K monitors right now have never been cheaper. You're going to see here with my setup, I have dual 4K monitors. I run on a Mac Mini. My MacBook Air can plug into either of these monitors, and I run two. One is larger than this one. This is a 32. This is a 27. When I bought my 27-inch monitor, it was $369. Right now, this is in Canada, Canada prices. A 27-inch monitor is $319. I've never seen the price as low for a 4K monitor. If you don't have a 4K monitor, if you don't have a second 4K monitor, this is the 27. This is one of the ones that I use, and it's such a no-brainer. Now, my monitors are on arms. Hi, Julie, welcome. My monitors are on arms, so I'm able to move my monitors around and move them up, down, so you can see there's no stands. But those are my monitors. Julie said right now they're $500 on Best Buy, which is, again, I rarely talk about gear. I rarely talk about equipment, but hey, today's a special day. It's Father's Day, and why not go through some of these things that I think every photographer needs. A 4K monitor is going to make your photography experience better. Looking at if your megapixels on your camera are more than 20, and you're not looking at it on a 4K monitor, even if you're shooting megapixels less than 20, seeing your work on a 4K monitor, everything is 4K. Even YouTube, you can stream in 4K certain content. So 4K monitor, super essential. Now, my 32-inch monitor, which I also got on sale, which is this monitor, I paid like $369 for it. Right now, you can get a 4K monitor here. It looks like it's $358 right here. $358. I'm gonna add this because I didn't have this on my wish list, so I'm gonna add this in here. 32-inch for $358, which again, these are my monitors, the LG. They have the curved base, silver. They're white on the back. Love them. And yeah, on sale. So if you don't have a 4K monitor, next. This is new. I'm so excited about this. I've been wanting an aftermarket camera strap. Like my camera strap before was like an R5 camera strap, and I wanted not an R5. I didn't want to advertise that this camera body is like $5,000. So I wanted an aftermarket camera strap. I found this beautiful leather camera strap, super comfortable. It's long enough. Obviously, you can shorten it, but here is the kicker. This camera strap is 25 bucks. Like that's what I paid for it. So looking at all of the camera straps that I looked at, the fact that I found one for $25 is pretty insane. Where is the strap here? Let me make sure that I have to, sometimes I miss these things, and I forgot to put this on my wish list. But let me get this open so you guys can see it. Here it is. It's by a brand called Mega Gear. It's $24.99. I'm going to put it on my list right now. This is my camera strap. It's available in several colors, although black, $25, brown. This color, for some reason, is twice as much. The green, also twice as much. Twice as much. But actual leather, like that's the thing. You know, you see something that's like leather camera strap. I went for straight black. It's $25. Amazing. But if you look at how it connects to the camera, that's the part that like. I need to take my camera strap off so often. So this is what I did. I found these incredible quick release mounts for my camera strap, and I'm going to show you what happens. Basically, here's the camera strap, blah, 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 camera strap off, blah, 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 camera strap off. And it just leaves these little quick releases so I can shoot, I can put my camera on the gimbal, and when it's time to put the camera strap back on, with one hand, I can put the camera strap back on with these quick releases, and it's super secure. So sorry, Alice, there's no pink, but this is my new setup. And this camera strap, I've done like a little walk and talk with this, and love it. The quick release is also something I'm going to put on the list. The quick release, they're $14. So it's like small rig. Tellison, I think it was Tellison, or anyways, a company invented this, and then this is basically the Amazon. Small rig is like an Asian company, but they make really high quality pro products. I buy Small Rig often. I support them. I endorse them. They make pro shit. So this is my quick release. You put your camera strap to this, and then this you attach to your camera body. Also, the other thing that's amazing is with camera straps, they usually have those O-rings, and those O-rings, as they blah, 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 they dent and like scratch your camera. So the thing that's great about this is it's plastic. It doesn't scratch your camera. And of course, the on off is super easy. So anyways, no brainer. Mostly everything that I'm talking about on this list, I have it. And I bought it from Amazon. So it's just kind of like a proof of concept. Let's get to the next thing on this list. Now, if you don't have lights, you need lights. So I'm going to talk a little bit about lights. Not necessarily the light that I have happening lighting me right now. That type of lighting is, but this is an LCD or an LED panel light that I'm using to light me. But let's talk specifically about photography lights. Photography lights, like my strobes, I bought one of my strobes costs $1,500. The other two as a pair cost like $900. So I have, basically almost, what do we say? Oops. I have almost $2,500 in lights, let's say. And what I don't have is a battery powered strobe unit, so I can photograph with studio lights outside running on battery instead of being plugged in. So the version that most people know, ProPhoto has a version. ProPhoto's version, it's like $3,000 for the head. Also, Elinchrom has like the Elinchrom 1 or like the Elinchrom 5, the ELB. These heads are like $2,000, $3,000. So, Newer, which is an Amazon brand, has a portable strobe unit that you can shoot in studio or with with battery. And the price, $269. Now, that is mind-blowing. The next thing that's mind-blowing is 300 watt seconds. The next thing that's mind-blowing, wireless trigger comes with it, and 1,000 full power flashes. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. I'm going to say that again. 1,000. Now, I don't own this, but better believe that I'm buying this, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, $300. Okay. Next, the replacement battery. Right now it's out of stock. The replacement battery, when it's available, is $59. So this comes in and out of stock because this flash unit is very popular and photographers are really starting to buy it. Imagine being able to shoot studio strobe outside and then you shoot 1,000 flashes and the battery runs out and you just hot swap and drop this other battery in and you get another 1,000 flashes. Like that, that for me is genius. And the price of an extra battery plus the flash, less than $400. I mean, you could buy 3 or 4 of these for the price of one Pro Photo or Ellen Chrome. The next thing is the mount is a Bowens mount, and Godox, Bowens, like a whole bunch of lights use this Bowens mount. So that now opens up all the softboxes and other things that you can buy on Amazon that integrate. The softbox that's behind me, this is continuous light. This is continuous like video light, but that softbox would work with, I mean, I have a grid on this softbox. That softbox would work with that Ellen Chrome studio strobe. So that works outside. So, and again, the prices. I want to talk about this light behind me now. The light behind me, I spent $300 on this light. Okay, $300. And what it comes with, it's the stand, the light, the softbox, the grid, and it has an app so I can control it with my phone. Now, this studio strobe behind me right now that it was $399, I paid $299. I got $100 off coupon. Okay, right now this light, the one that's right behind me, $217. Apply a $40 off coupon, and this light is now $180. So if you shoot video, if you ever shoot video, if you shoot interviews, if you're on camera, if you have a need for continuous light ever, continuous studio light ever, this is an amazing solution. Plus it's LED. And you can put all kinds of different modifiers on it. Essentially, it's just like a studio light with all the different possibilities of modifiers, except it's continuous. So I bought this, and it's a no-brainer. I use it every week. I use it as my background light when I make YouTube videos. It's my foreground light. So I hope that inspires you on lighting. Now let's talk a little bit about my accent lighting and how I have, to my left, I have it's these right here. These are LED RGB white lights. Now these are currently unavailable because the ones that I have are the old version. But I'm going to show you. This is the old version of these lights, and you can see how you see all the little beads. Now, the new version, you don't see the beads. It's just a panel. They're attachable to an app, and you can control all the colors. Obviously, my branding is pink, so when I'm doing Ask a Photo Pro or behind the picture, the branding is pink. But I can make these lights any color. Now, I hide the one behind me, so you can't see where it is, but I have one behind that's pushing the same color pink into the far background. Then I have another one to the left of me, which is over there, and that's pushing pink. That's pushing pink, you can see, into that part of my spot. So these lights as accent lights are, I would say, beautiful for video. I've used these for stills often. When I say for video, it's just continuous light. The only issue with these is that you can't modify them. There's no real diffusion panel or anything like that. But I just want to quickly show you the updated version in case you're, oh, here they are too. This is, they're $369 now. This was, again, I wouldn't buy those because, I mean, it's a $50 off coupon. I'll throw them on my wish list just in case anyone's interested. But I want to show you the replacement of these lights, which is the updated version. I didn't think I was going to talk about these because, oh, and here it is. So this is the updated version. And you can see now what the LED panel looks like. You don't see the beads. Still all digital on the back, and they're lighter, but also these now look plastic versus mine are like aluminum. So the build quality here with the way that the lower part is plastic shows that it connects to the app. I mean, it is definitely lightweight, but I would wait. That's just for one panel. I would definitely wait for the price for these to come down, and I would consider buying the old version. So that's what they look like new. So that is some bigger LED lights, but let's talk about LED lights don't always have to be huge. You can use mini LEDs. And that's exactly what this is. This is a mini LED. And again, this is just RGB. I mean, it's just white, not RGB. It's just white, meaning you can see how absolutely insanely bright it is, but it's on a dimmer. So you can make it dimmer and brighter. You can also change the color from warm to cold. And again, it has a hot shoe, just connects on the bottom. You can attach it to anything, and you can put it on top of your camera. You can rig it on an arm. You can just throw, like, look at how small it is. You can just throw it in a camera bag. It comes with a diffuser, so you can put this on the diffuser, and it gives you a little bit more softer light. So again, this is just something that not expensive. These little LED, they're called just panel lights or handheld lights. I marked now RGB white light. Better than the one I have, cheaper than I paid for it. Right now, it's $35. So I'm going to, I mean, this is in my wish list. Digital back, this is way better than the one that I have, and I spent like $80 on mine. It's $35. So again, this is on the list. Another thing from a brand that I trust. Blown away by it's just nuts how inexpensive this stuff is. My God. Ram says I use small panel lights sometimes to opposite where his flash is coming from. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a good thing. And Julie says, maybe I have to make it a motivation to make some money and buy this strobe before she goes back to Europe. Yeah, Julie, I mean, it's smart money. Honestly, buying a portable one that you can use in studio or not is kind of genius, no lie. No lie, it's kind of genius. Okay, so that's the mini LED light, right? Mini LED light. I just want to touch a little bit on grip equipment and how inexpensive grip equipment, and just what I mean by grip. I'm not sure if it comes with a bag. Julie says she's not sure how big it is. I actually don't think it comes with a bag, but there are bags made just for that light that you can get. Yeah, we can talk about that after. If you're shipping it, I would consider getting a Pelican case, like a hard case that has cut out foam on the inside where you could fit it, lock it, and then ship it. But we can talk about that after. All right, so let's get into grip equipment. Now, when we're talking about grip equipment, What grip equipment does is it's like rigging. You know, rigging grabs onto stuff. So let's just talk about the rigging that I have in front of me. This is a microphone arm. It's not necessarily photography related equipment, but it's rigging. Up here, this is a light stand that is attaching to my desk. So that's grip equipment. I also have an arm that's holding onto that pole that goes over here and is holding this iPhone, which is this camera. I also, oops, let's go over here. I also have another arm that goes from this pole out this way that's holding this camera. So I have two cameras right here that are behind this monitor. So I'm able to move this monitor independently, and the cameras don't move because they're attached to the light pole behind. That's grip equipment. Let's show you some more grip equipment. This arm is clamped to the table and it's holding this camera. So grip equipment is very useful when you're shooting product, when you're shooting tabletop, if you're shooting still life. Like, you can use it to rig lights and boom stuff in some really amazing ways. And grip equipment, it used to be really expensive, but now grip equipment was not expensive at all. This shows you an extension pole which you could put your light on, and then another pole that you could put your camera on and then aim down, like, and swing it around and put, like, so just this little double arm that attaches to a table for $46 makes it super easy to create certain product photography, certain macro, certain still life, and for the price of $50 just makes your life easier and simpler when it comes to doing the I'm using this for lighting and holding a camera, but you could be using it for lighting and doing a still life or shooting a macro. Like, grip equipment, that's the magic of grip equipment. You can use it so many different ways. That's why it's called grip equipment. That's why there's entire trucks dedicated to grip equipment when it comes to movie sets, because we need so much of it, you know? Here's another piece of grip equipment. This magic arm. And this magic arm, like, I have 3 of them, right? It's $30. And you can get small ones, you can get bigger ones, and it comes with a clamp. So that clamp can bite onto a pole, and then up here you can connect anything to this 1/4 inch connection or 3/8 inch connection. Like, you can connect it to the bottom of your camera, you can connect it to to basically anything. So grip equipment. And you can also clamp this onto anything. So grip equipment. This is another thing that's on the list. Let me show you more grip equipment that's like super, super essential. This is also on the list. This is a boom arm for a C-stand. Now, I don't own this yet, but I need this because I have a C-stand, but I don't have a way to, like, boom a light over. So why not just buy the boom arm? You know, if you don't have a C-stand, C-stands have a really solid base, but you have a solid stand, well, there's other boom arms that you can buy. It doesn't have to be this one. You can buy a different style of boom arm, and there's so many different ones on Amazon, which is dope. So that's a little bit about grip equipment. Now, this next little thing, if you guys have watched any of my videos that show my POV, walking talk, any of my POV lens diaries, I use a couple of cool ways to film them. I'm going to show you both of them. The first one, Let me just move all of this stuff up here. The first one that I use is this POV neck strap. This this is so crazy because before this, it was like if you wanted to have a POV or a point of view angle with a GoPro or a phone, you would have to wear like a strap, like a harness that you put a strap through here and you put a strap through here and you like clipped it and the GoPro would be in the center of your chest, right? So Telesin invented this, and this is a game changer. Alls you do, you disconnect this, you go like this, you reconnect this. And by the way, I told you everything that I'm talking about on this list today, I own it and I endorse it. So now this is here. You can put your GoPro, you can put your phone, and while you're working, it gives you that like POV from your perspective. So this is the setup. It is a magnetic. This is so sick. Look at this. Magnetic. On it goes. You're filming. You're doing your stuff. You're walking around. You're shooting. You have stabilized footage around your neck. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. You want to take it off, it's off. You want to put it back on, it's on. And you want to take the camera off, the camera comes off. You film yourself, you put this back on, the camera's back on. So that is the new way to get this insane POV like you're shooting, you look at the camera and you get that shot of looking at the camera, you shoot again and you see these videos and you're like, how is he getting that shot? This neck strap. So it's this changed my game as far as shooting behind the scenes. It's super inexpensive, and I just want to find it here on my link. Here it is. Super inexpensive, and like I would buy this again and again and again and again. And having you have one on, your friend has one on, like both getting, obviously to be able to clip, like it comes with everything to be able to clip a phone here. It doesn't just have to be a GoPro. It can be a phone as well. So it just, it's a no-brainer. You can shoot vertical or horizontal. So, $40. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so sick. So that's the first thing with my setup is this Telesin neck strap, which is so sick. So sick. So let's put that away. All right. The next thing that is part of my POV setup is the max lens mod on the GoPro. So the GoPro doesn't come with this lens, but what this lens does is it allows you to start with a horizontal video, orient the camera this way, orient the camera this way, orient the camera this way, and the frame doesn't change. So if you're shooting and this is on top of your camera and you go to a horizontal frame into like you can get amazing 4K footage without the camera rotating. So this is the max lens mod, and if you have a GoPro, this is so essential, and it fits on the Hero 9, 10, or 11. So it works on the last 3 GoPros. Essential piece of kit. And I put the max lens mod on this list today. It's like $100. You know what I mean? And it might even be cheaper if you buy this from the GoPro store, but it's on Amazon. Amazon has a pretty wicked guarantee. So, you know, you can also buy it on Amazon. It's officially like it's from the GoPro store, via Amazon, so you're kind of killing two birds with one stone, but just with like the Amazon guarantee. So 140 bucks, max lens mod, attaches to the GoPro that you own already. Next, I mean, if you don't have a GoPro, I didn't put a GoPro on the list, but if you need you need a GoPro. You just do. Next thing, as part of the GoPro, like must-have accessories, is this Max. It's called the Media Mod. It's the Media Mod, and what it is is better audio for better audio for the GoPro. Better audio. It has like a crazy speaker that you can put, like I have the foam thing in there. The other cool thing is you can plug in microphone. It has the 3/4 jack because there's no way to plug a microphone. Although the mic on the GoPro is pretty good, they don't have a way to plug a microphone, like a real microphone, into this. So with this, now I can dock that into here. I'm just going to show you this setup. You have to take the battery door off, and then this just slides like this. It just slides in. And then now that's the GoPro with the Media Mod. It has a Coldshoe here. It has another Coldshoe on the top here, in here. So if you're shooting this way, you can put microphone and all that other stuff here, which is super cool. And also the feet pop through the bottom, so you can do the Media Mod with and attach it anywhere. So that's the Media Mod. You need that. It's like $100. I got this even before I got the Max Lens mod. I got the Media Mod. Okay, so there's another cool GoPro thing. Let me see what it is, and that's how you attach the GoPro to the camera. Like that, it's so essential. Like, how do you go from how do you go GoPro to camera, right? How do you attach this to this? A super small little mount that looks like GoPro to Hot-Shoe. Yeah, I just added one, didn't I? I did. I just added one. Let me just search it again. GoPro to Coldshoe. Sorry, I really thought I saved this on my wish list. Here it is. So this is the mount. This is the mount that you need. It's basically goes to the GoPro and goes to the Coldshoe, which is your camera. And it's this one I found is for $17.99, but the one that I bought originally was it was like $20 and it's now $60. So that's kind of ridiculous. Let me make sure that I put this on this wish list so you guys have it. There it is. Okay, so again, this is how, even if you don't have the Media Mod or want to get the Media Mod or need the Media Mod, you definitely need this, which is the Hot-Shoe to GoPro. And yeah, you just screw this in like this. And yeah, you attach your GoPro and then the GoPro goes on the camera. So that is like another thing. I put that one on the list as well. I think that takes care of pretty much all the GoPro stuff. Oh no, one more thing. Now, audio is so important, especially if you're trying to do behind the scenes. You're trying to shoot a photo. You're trying to do a photo shoot. You're trying to mic yourself. Maybe you're doing a walkthrough. Maybe you're doing a tutorial. Maybe you just want to have really clean behind the scenes, and you have the media mount. You have pretty good audio here, and it's microphone back and front. But the real next level with the miking is buying a wireless microphone kit. Now, my microphone kit is a Ceramonic, and I'm going to show you a microphone kit in a second. Like, if I was to buy it again, I would buy this microphone kit, but I'm going to just show you how cool it is. Number one, it's 3 parts, right? So the first part is this here, and this goes to the camera. Now, this cord is basically microphone to camera, but you can get a different cord, which I have in my bag, and you can plug that into your computer or into a sound card into your computer, so you can do wireless lav mic. Like, I can do my live stream wireless mic instead of using this mic if I like. The other 2 parts to this are these 2 receivers. So I mean, or these are microphones. So not only are they microphones, but you can plug lavaliers in. So you can see it's a mic and it's a mic. So it comes with 2. You can clip it this way, or you can clip it down here and plug in a lav, which is what I do. This is my lovely lavalier case, and my lav mics are here, and I just run it under, clip it, and then plug it into this receiver, which wirelessly transmits. But with the GoPro, it goes now on the hot shoe or the cold shoe, and then you're able to just plug it into the back. And now you have this capturing amazing audio straight to the card. You don't have to worry about any syncing. And then you can have 2 people on mic with lav, and you have all of this going to the GoPro. But of course, this doesn't have to go to the GoPro. This whole setup can go into your mirrorless camera, into your phone. There's so many ways that you can do it. Again, only if you shoot video and you have a need to create really high quality audio, I would recommend getting a wireless microphone system. And this is, if I was to buy it again, my Ceramonic mics that I have cost like $400, like $399 or $369. If I was to do it again, I would buy this DJI kit, because with this particular kit, it comes with the case, and the case charges everything. So you don't, all you need to do is plug the case in. The case holds its own charge. So after you finish, you just put everything back in the case, and it's all charged up and ready to go the next time. So I have to use wires, 3 different wires, 1 for each item that I have to charge, and there's 3. So I would do this if I was to do it again. I'm pretty happy with the quality of what I have right now, but again, hindsight's 2020, and this wasn't quite out when I bought this. So that would be one thing that I would change, is I would buy the DJI kit instead. So I put the DJI kit on my wish list. All right, so that's gone all the way down through there. The next thing is for those product photographers, for the flat lay photographers, if you're shooting stuff at home, one thing that's such an essential but is really kind of difficult to source. Like, if I asked you to buy a piece of plexiglass to use as a background for a photo shoot, where would you go? Now, happily, I'm very happy that now Amazon sells black acrylic, black plexiglass that is cut to a 2 foot by 2 foot sheet, like 24 inches by 24. And if you're doing macro work, if you're doing small product photography, this is almost a good enough size to really get something special. But secret time, if you needed a larger surface, you could take 4 of these and underside tape them using gaffer tape and create a 4 panel, which now would be like 4 feet by 4 feet, and then easily like clean up those seams if you wanted a larger piece of plexiglass. Or you could source, of course, a 4 foot by 4 foot piece of plexiglass, but that's just a little bit harder to store. So at 2 feet by 2 feet for $50, and also to use as like negative fill, If you shoot bottles and you see those beautiful highlights, those are done with reflectors, but you also see that beautiful negative fill of like a black edge. You can use blockers or you can use this black plexi in order to give that, like you can build a box with this and shoot into it and hide your camera. Like there's so many different ways to use this. So I put it on the list. I don't have this yet, but I want it. You know, like I think that it's kind of an essential piece of tech, especially for shooting commercial work. The coffee that I shot, there's a couple of different reasons that I could have used that plexi, but I didn't have it. So, all right. For those who like to push pixels like myself, like Julie, I don't know if you guys have been retouching with the mouse or retouching with a keyboard. I don't know what the hell you're doing with your retouching, but the way you're supposed to do it is with a tablet. Everybody who's taking photography seriously, anybody who's taking photography to a pro level is using not just a mouse as an input device, but they're using a pen and a tablet in order to get incredible dexterity with the retouching. Having a pen tablet, this is a Wacom, and this Wacom Intuoso cost almost $500 for this size, and my retouching space roughly is, I would call it 9 inches by 7 inches is my actual retouching service. $500. I bought it 10 years ago. Okay. This is my, I would say, third tablet, my third one. And you start with a small one, but you realize when you're using a small tablet that you get carpal tunnel because of the micro movements. So you buy a larger tablet, so you're forced to move around the tablet more when you're retouching. Because you're doing more sweeping motions, it's closer to writing, less cramping. So larger tablets are better. Make the room for a larger tablet and save your wrists. Spoken from someone who had carpal tunnel from retouching on a small tablet, and it lasted for a year. I had wrist and joint issues for a year because I was retouching on a small tablet. Here's the solution. There is a company that I learned about, this company from another streamer slash photographer. And she was using this tablet, and it's from a brand called Gaomon. And I was skeptical. She says that this is everything that a Wacom tablet is and more. And look at the price. It's $80. And there's a $20 off coupon. That's $60 for a tablet that is 10 by 6.25 inches. The thing is bigger than mine. I spent $500, $400, $60 right now. So if you don't have a tablet, this is the one. Like if I was to rebuy my tablet right now, I'd spend $60 and buy a 10 by 6.25 inch tablet. Like that much working area, 10 by 6.25 working area is insane for that price. And these guys like are going after Wacom. They're trying to make better tablets, cheaper, easier to get, better software. They're trying to do all that stuff. So again, if you don't have a tablet, this is the one to buy. All of this stuff is on that Cardi's Pro recommended wish list that you'll see in the video description that you're watching. But know that I'll itemize all these and put them in after today's video. All right, so that's the tablet. 50 millimeter. If you guys don't have a 50 millimeter lens, you know, I did a video or a podcast recently about the 50 millimeter is the most important lens in any photographer's kit. And I'm not talking about, oh, I have a 50. It's inside my 24 to 70. Oh, I have a 50. It's inside my 18 to 55 kit lens. Oh my God. If you have an 18 to 55 kit lens, open your window, push out the screen, and just toss that 18 to 55 out that window and buy a 50. Like literally, a 50 millimeter is the most important lens in your bag. If you don't have one, buy one. The reason you need one is because low light capability, true depth of field. You're not going to get that beautiful bokeh shallow depth of field with an 18 to 55 at 55 or a 24 to 70 at 50. You're just not going to get it. Zoom lenses have so much glass. Zoom lenses have like between 16 and 28 elements, which is polished glass inside a zoom lens in order to make, because you're so lazy, because you use zoom lenses, in order to make a zoom lens where you can use a 50, and a 50 has 6 elements. 6. It's tack sharp and it gives you true depth of field. And if you don't have a 50, I did a video on why the 50 is the most important lens. And I also did a 50 millimeter lens diaries, which is one of my more popular lens diaries. If you haven't watched my 50 millimeter lens diaries, make sure you watch that video next. I put a list of a bunch of 50s. So that those, like, doesn't matter what brand of camera that you shoot with. I put a bunch of 50s here. If you're ballin' and you can afford an RF L series 50 millimeter, it's here. If you shoot Sony, if you shoot Nikon, if like there's Sigma versions, and also the 50 millimeter Canon 1.4, which is an upgrade from the like STM 50 millimeter, is $364. Like, this is a $500 lens, but the fact that it's $364, like, I've never seen it this low in price. I have had a few issues with this lens. Like, if you push in on this lens accidentally, it can get knocked out of its tracks. But that's kind of true for many 50s. I've had to have this lens repaired quite a few times. So if you can afford to buy a better 50 millimeter, if you can get a Sigma 50 millimeter, I'd recommend it. But I put this one on the list and a few others. So irregardless of what brand you shoot with, there should be a 50 on this list. I'm not going to itemize all the 50s because it is a pretty high ticket item, but there are a bunch of 50s on that recommended pro photographers checklist. All right. So I don't know if you guys are ready for this. This makes me so happy. This next item, and for you guys who've watched me live, you know how much this makes me so happy. This item used to cost $1 million, $10,000, $100,000. The only way that you would ever see this is if you went to a concert. The only way you'd ever see this is if you went to a concert. The thing I'm talking about is a smoke machine. Now, the reason why in God's name would a smoke machine be on a pro photographer's checklist? Well, I got to tell you. Do you guys remember those coffee photos that I made recently? And I posted, if you guys aren't on my Substack, on my mailing list, I made these amazing images of coffee beans. And guess how I did this smoke effect with these coffee beans? Guess how I did that smoke effect with the coffee beans? Of course, with my smoke machine. And the smoke machine, let me find another. Oh, here it is. The smoke machine really it just gives that extra little bit of oomph. It just gives that little bit of depth. And yes, I use it on my live streams. I use it on my live stream a lot. It's fun to pop the smoke machine. But what's amazing is using it for photography. I used to buy these smoke grenades in order to get a smoke effect. They're like $20 each. You can get them in different colors. You pull the pin, you put them down, and they smoke. And that's what I did. That was the way that I created smoke for a long time. And if you look at my portfolio, you will see so many examples of me using smoke bombs at $20 a pop in order to create smoke effects in the background of my photos. Now, many of these smoke effects were colored smoke, like, but so many of them were just regular smoke, just white smoke. So I saw a smoke machine on Amazon and I bought it. And the reason is because smoke machines used to cost $12,000. Now they cost $50. And this is literally under my desk. This is the exact smoke machine. By the way, when I paid for it, it was $70. It's now $50. I don't know if you can think of a way to use a smoke machine, but I just shot a video last week, Wednesday, and I used my smoke machine in video for these shots, and I'm telling you, it paid for itself. It paid for itself on the coffee photo shoot, but this smoke machine paid for itself on this video shoot because, like, the shots are in. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm gonna go start editing this video. The smoke machine. It's just smart. Like having that to be able to put into your product photography, to be able to pump into your macro, like it just creates a whole new world. Connect if you have like a car that you have like a plug thing that you can plug into your, just plug the smoke machine into your car, go out into the woods, crank the smoke machine, blow smoke into the woods and start making atmospheric pictures using this smoke machine. Come on, that's no brainer. So $60. I mean, $50 for the smoke machine. The fog fluid that you need, $16. And this stuff lasts longer than I can possibly explain to you. Like, I have a fog, like, I've had my fog machine for like 4 or 5 months or 6 months, and I've like filled it twice. I keep looking to see if like there's juice in it, and it's full. Like this takes, and it's non-toxic. So you can, it's non-toxic. So smoke machine. Smoke machine. Highly recommended. Buy one. And by the way, if you buy a smoke machine, tell me. I'm so interested, and show me the photography that you make with it, because I can't wait to see like what I'm gonna do with like this smoke machine this summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I shot, because it's pretty sick. All right, let's get into the last few items here. If you shoot video, and again, I don't have this yet, but I need it. If you shoot video, you've seen photographers that have cages around their camera. There's reasons that if you shoot video, or even if you want to protect your camera, you would put a cage around your camera. It's for rigging. It's for being able to rig, monitor, and like all kinds of cool stuff to your camera. So I put a couple of camera frames on my Amazon wish list. If I don't, I mean, I have an R5 and the camera frame fits the R5, R6. When these things came out, again, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Now, it's 60 bucks. 60 bucks. You can see how they have all of these quarter-inch screw holes that you can put, and 3/4 inch screw holes. You can mount another strap. There's ways to mount things along the side, on the bottom. Like it's basically, when you see cameras set up like this with all of this stuff rigged to it and people are shooting video, they're using a frame. So a camera frame is an essential thing. If you don't have one, like I don't have one, this is one of those things that it's just a no-brainer. You can access your battery and all this stuff. It just protects the camera. So, camera frame. The next thing is the top handle. When you're shooting video, the top grip is the most stable way. You would think holding your camera like this way is stable for video, but it's actually quite unstable. This is why you see the top grip for handheld. So with that frame, you can now attach this handle, and the handle has multiple places for you to mount in and screw in other things. The handle's a handle, but the handle's also like another mount system. So the grip and the handle, two things that I think are super essential. I don't have either of those, but they're on that list as things that I'm definitely gonna buy. And guys, to wrap up the hour, the Father's Day hour, our last thing, you kind of gotta have it. It could have easily been the first thing, and that is a light meter. You might not have a light meter, but the light meter, your light meter, is the most important thing in your camera bag. My light meter, just to show you the longevity, this is a Minolta Flash Meter 4. I bought this in 1995, this particular one. I've had this meter. It's perfect. It's 100% accurate. And I've had it for over 20 years, almost 30 years. So, light meter. Now, what light meters look like today, and again, the price back then for this light meter, on the lower end, $400. On the higher end, back then, $1,000, $1,200. Today, light meters, guess what? Same price, and the reason they last forever. Now, I have put a few different light meters. Where's my light meter? Here's one. I put a few different light meters on this list, but this is the favorite one. And if I was going to buy one today, it would be likely this light meter. This is Sekonic. Sekonic light meters is what they make. This is their specialty. If I was to buy a light meter today, it would be the Sekonic Lightmaster Pro. I would buy this one. It's $400. Now, I'm going to make sure it's on my list. And they have a newer model, which is the Lightmaster Pro L, I guess. I'm going to put this on the list as well. But know that this is a unit you buy once, you have it forever. You use it in the studio, under studio lights, you use it on location, you can use it for shooting video, you can use a light meter. Once you understand how to use it, it is a buy once, own forever. This is a beautiful digital meter. It's state of the art. Definitely for me, I would say worth an upgrade. But again, I'll say buy once, have forever. Guys, that is an hour of what I think are photographer essentials, like pro photographer essentials. Did I touch on something today that you think that you need? Did I touch on something today on something that you guys might need? Do you guys think that you would buy one of those lights, that portable, newer studio strobe, 1,000 flashes, battery pack, some of the grip equipment? Honestly, the 4K monitors, like they're like the prices have just plummeted on so many things. It's just it's worth looking in again and grabbing something nice for yourself, or it's nice to buy gifts for yourself, especially if it's advancing your photography career. Know that everything that I shared with you today are things that I have or am about to have or need to have or have had before. I mean, literally, the list I curated today is stuff that I just own and use regularly. So, thank you guys for participating with today's episode and watching. I do have a little strange list to talk about. My whole YouTube journey, this monetization journey has been the absolute hardest thing I've done in life. Honestly, it's difficult. But let me just tell you where we're at. I am at that point where I'm just under 3,500 hours watch time, but exactly a year ago, in the beginning of June, I started doing podcasts on YouTube live every Tuesday. YouTube Tuesdays. The rest of my podcast I would do on Twitch, but it was YouTube Tuesdays. Now, what happened is I would get watch hours. I would get 40 hours. I would get 30 hours. I would get 20 hours. I would get 55 hours. So every Tuesday, now ongoing, I lose all the watch time from the Tuesday exactly 1 hour 1 year ago, because your monetization is a rolling 12 months. So as I roll into the summer, I was doing way more YouTube content and getting way more views. So my views now on the podcast, on my videos, have dropped considerably. And I'm trying to figure out what I could do better. And you guys can talk to me and tell me what I could do better. You could message me. You can leave a comment if you have tips, ideas for how to keep the engagement going through the summer. Summertime, people watch less content, but I want to bring value to you guys. And if you want to help, I mean, definitely put on a playlist of some old content, because again, I was at almost 3,500, and then I went again and I was down. I'd lost like 40 hours. So it's a little bit of a hit. So if you want to help, put on a playlist, play some stuff overnight if you feel like you have some unlimited internet you want to share the wealth with. And also the content is good. The content has lots to offer, so definitely dive in, watch something you haven't. The other thing that was crazy is today I was going to do the art of the nude. I was going to do the art of the art nude. I was going to create today's episode was all going to be about the art nude and how photographers like Julie and some of the other female photographers could really benefit from starting to shoot art nudes and doing boudoir stuff for people. And I made a thumbnail and I uploaded that thumbnail, and that thumbnail immediately got a warning, and it got like taken down and it got a warning. So warnings are bad. It's not a strike, but every time I open my YouTube dashboard, I see this warning like, hey, you put up a thumbnail that was like, now, was that thumbnail? No, it wasn't. Do I want to show it? No. Have I it's just an art nude, but YouTube doesn't like that. So what do? I go and I find a video that's like a full nipple, like as a thumbnail. And I use that as like, oh, okay, that's way worse than mine. So this guy has it, so I'm going to do it. And then I get the warning. So that kind of threw me yesterday, and it made it so my whole topic of today's episode kind of shifted. I am going to try to I don't know what I'm going to do. And again, I had thought about doing that content before. Hadn't really thought that this thumbnail was going to give me a warning, but anyways, guys, thank you for watching today. We ended up shifting it to some fun Father's Day, Amazon finds, and also Amazon find content gets tons of views on YouTube and it brings lots of value. So saving you money brings you value. I've never done a podcast like this before, so why not try something different? So that's what I did today. Guys, I hope you appreciate today's content. I hope it brings value for you. Thank you. The algorithm has got to go, Malcolm. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Guys, if you saw something today that brought you value, and also liking this video, hitting a comment underneath this video on something that really helps you, a price, something like that, just all of that engagement just helps my videos get more traction. So if you want to help me get across that finish line, maybe put some engagement on my videos, maybe like something, maybe share something of mine to your network, that would help me greatly. We're almost there. Guys, thank you. We are doing an episode Tuesday on famous actors that are also pretty accomplished photographers. Starting with Dennis Hopper, we're going to jump through a bunch of amazing actors that are now also making photography, like doing books. So I was going to do that. I thought about that episode too for today, but we're going to do that one on Tuesday. Today, best value, Amazon finds. Guys, I hope you appreciate today's episode. I'm going to turn into vapor. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you on Tuesday. Make sure you watch the video that YouTube recommends for you next from my playlist. We'll see you soon. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all the Father's Day wishes in chat. I saw them all. I appreciate them all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Fantastic weekend. It's beautiful outside where I am. I hope it's beautiful outside where you are today. Whenever you're watching this, wherever you are. Thanks for watching Behind the Picture.